Right, in this video you're going to be shown how to trace your own image or create your own image. I've already had some inspiration from an image that I was just searching, and I want to just kind of draw a part of it, but I can't really draw it myself freehand, so I'd rather trace. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video how to do. So I'm going to go ahead and do file open this time, not file trace, and just select the image that I want to actually use as a base for me to create my own image. This is the image. I basically want a cap with the shape of the face, and that's it, but I'd rather just use this as a guide to help me create my own image. Currently this image is 100%. It's a bit of a small image, bit poor quality, so if I do actually trace that, my actual trace will be quite small, so I'm just going to enlarge this, but not by zooming in, by actually going to image and then image size. I'm going to change this to % and just actually increase it by like 250%, so that when I click OK it actually makes it quite a good size. So that size is better for me. Before it was quite small. So now I'm going to zoom in because it's fine to do that, and I'm going to basically trace the cap, the face and the ears. That's what I want. Okay, that's on the background layer, but what I want to do is actually go ahead and create my own layers by using the pen tool. When you use the pen tool, it actually creates its own layers anyway, so you can just go ahead and start tracing. So with the pen tool selected, right click it just to make sure you've got the top actual pen tool selected. You can go ahead and start clicking to actually draw some sort of 2D shape. Up here, when you select the pen tool, you have its properties appear. You've got the fill option, the stroke option, and then the size of the stroke, and then the style of the stroke, and so on. Okay, I'm going to leave the fill as white. I'm going to leave the stroke or the outline as black. The actual stroke thickness 1 is fine, and obviously I just want a line, I don't want dashed for now. And then I can go ahead and actually start tracing. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do dot to dot. You don't click and drag with the pen tool, you click and let go, you click and let go, and so on until you complete a 2D shape, if that's what you want, a 2D shape. In most cases you would. So I'm going to go ahead and just start clicking. Remember, this is a trace. You're just using this, whatever picture it is that you are using, as a guide. So it doesn't matter if it's not exact, because it's supposed to be your own anyway. Notice how I had my last point on top of my first point, so it completed the 2D shape, okay? And you can see here the layer has been created. I just hide it. There you go. So that's the first part of my actual own drawing, my own creation. I'm going to go ahead and now do the face. So click there, up to there, up to there. If you don't want a fill, you don't have to, so it will just be an outline. You can do that too, but I'm happy with this, so that's fine. So there you go, it's now completed. As soon as you complete the 2D shape, it completes the layer. So it's now made my shape too. And the last thing I'm going to do is just like the ears. I'll just do some ears. It's fine. I'll just do some crude ears for now. That's it. Oh, that's fine. Whatever. If you want to change the thickness of the actual line, you can do it. You can even go into decimals if you want to. So I can see here that I've got 2 different shaped ears. I'm just going to bin my shape 4 and do that again. So click from there to there to there and back again. There you go. I'm happy with that now. Okay, so that's what I've got. I'm just going to hide the background layer and just show you what I've ended up with. I'm happy with that. That's my creation. That's my drawing. So I can actually go ahead and use that for my logo if my logo was going to include that. I'm finished with this actual background layer, so I'm just going to bin that. I'm also going to zoom out, and I'm going to use the crop tool to just have the area that I want. There we go. I just want that. You'll notice that you've got like a checkerboard in the background. That simply means that it's a transparent background. That's fine. It's probably better. Remember how on the hand we had like a white background and it kind of just got in the way, but this is fine. Okay, so this is my separate Photoshop document now that I would like to save. So I'm just going to go ahead and click Save As, and I'm just going to call this Face. I'm going to leave it as a PSD file. That's fine. And just click OK when that appears. Let me switch back to my original logo. Here we go, Wear Me. And I'm going to go in now and do File, Place, and I'm going to place in the face that I just traced. You can place JPEGs and PNGs and BMPs and GIFs and even Photoshop documents, so just go ahead and do that. And it should place your logo there. Okay, oh, let me just move that here. Let me just press Control T to enlarge. So once you've done it and you feel like, no, this is not like big enough or whatever, then you can just go ahead and adjust it. But this is fine. It's a Photoshop document, so it's compatible. It looks fine. If you want to change it, because it's a Photoshop document, you can just go straight back into it and edit it, redraw it, whatever. And that's that. Okay, if you feel like, no, actually that hand is not happening, don't want that, and you just want this, the face, then that's absolutely fine. I'm just going to move it to the center. I'm using the arrow keys to move the layer of the face to the center. You can do that. If you want to just do some rearranging, go ahead and do that. So you might want the face in the middle with the me underneath. Whatever, arrange it as you want it. You can move the layers up and down, you can overlap and so on. You can always enlarge, as I showed you before. I can show you again. So Control T or go to Edit and then Free Transform. Make sure you've got the right layer selected that you want to actually play with, and then you can go ahead and do that. If you wanted the center transparent, then you can have that transparent. If you want to downsize things, and you can do that. So I'm going to select the where text, move it down here. I want it to be smaller, so I can double click it to edit the actual text. If you use the transform tools on text, then it actually distorts the actual font. So sometimes it's better to just actually change the size of the text rather than just trying to change the overall size of the whole piece of text together. So you can just go ahead and do the same for the other text if you wanted to do that. I'm just going to move that here now. You can have it written on his cap if you want, or his face, or whatever, I don't know. So there you go. Right, so that video showed you how to create your own imagery. It was a simple trace, and I used the pen tool to actually make that happen. And I actually traced it in a separate document so I could have my face just as its own file. It's good to do that. And I saved it as a PSD and I brought it in after. You can also insert other shapes. You've got rectangle tool, ellipse tool, which is like an ovular tool, polygon tool, line tool. You've got a custom shape tool here, which lets you just, where's a custom shape tool? Where's it gone here? You've got some tools here that you can maybe use to incorporate within your logo. So like you've got an arrow and you've got musical notes and a C and whatever, a heart and a splodge, whatever. You can do that if you wanted to, for whatever reason. And then you can also, color them in. You can use blending options and so on. So there's loads of tools available to you, and you can do so much with them. Okay, so go ahead and have a go at actually making your own creation following this video by tracing something, so you can actually start getting better skilled with Photoshop. So when it comes to you making your logo, whatever it is you're imagining, you can actually have it created in Photoshop. Right, my Photoshop's being quite slow at the moment. Here we go. Oh, let me just finish that off. There you go, my splodge. It does not very good. There we go, let me just get rid of it. Okay, so that's it. So this is the logo that would eventually be created for you to add to your net. And the net will be for the packaging of the Wear Me company's first wearable being released for teenagers, is it? Yeah, so get practicing. You can always watch these videos at home if you just want to remember a couple of things, take some notes, and then when you come to school you can just go ahead and apply it. Okay, right, so that's the end of this video. Oh, actually, one more thing, don't forget to save. I don't say it enough. Let me just go back, sorry. Don't forget to save it. So I'm just going to go ahead to File and Save. So that has saved my logo wearme.psd. If you want to save it to be able to place it somewhere else, so for example, if you're doing an explanation now in your evidence slide somewhere else, or in another document, you want to be able to have it in a form where you can actually put it in Microsoft PowerPoint or Microsoft Word or whatever. So as well as doing save as PSD, you should do save as, and then you can select JPEG. So that way you can have it in a form which is more versatile. You can add it to different documents and email it, and anyone can open it, because JPEG is widely supported, obviously, as are other options for file extensions like PNG. PNG is very good at supporting transparency. So if your image has a transparent background, then you would want to make sure you save it as that. Let me just go ahead and show you exactly, how you would save it as a JPEG. You simply select JPEG and then press save. And then it asks you at what quality do you want to save it. You can just say, yeah, anything from high and then above. So from 8 and above is fine. You just click OK. If you wanted this background to be transparent, then you can either bin the background, and then you have that left. Let me just bin that shape as well. And then you can go to File, Save As, and you can save it as a PNG file. So a PNG file extension should be used when you want transparency to be working in your image. Okay, so like that. This has a transparent background, so you would save it as a PNG file. Okay, save, and press OK when that dialog box comes up. And that's it. That's it.